Okay guys, let's jump right into it. Okay, we're doing a frontal install on my beautiful client here. She has a 13 by 6 frontal from, I think, hairsofab.com. It's a 20-inch frontal, a 13 by 6, so it has a lot of parting space. Her bundles are coming from myself, from my line called Extended. They are 3 26-inch bundles, thick all the way down to the ends. You know how we do, no tangling, no shedding. Will be available for online purchase here in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so now what you see me doing is, she just came from under the dryer. I'm putting a little bit of makeup all over that stocking cap to blend more with her skin. In the front of the stocking cap, you'll see that there are some edge pieces that still look white, but once I put the glue on there, you'll see that they have the makeup on the other side. And here is the lace. The lace was previously used in another install, so you'll get to see me refurbish that. So the way that I put my glue on, for my installs, I put 2 layers on one side, go to the other side, put the 2 layers, and then I alternate between the last 1 or 2 layers, depending on how oily the client's skin is. This helps me with the drying process. While one side dries, I'm laying down the other 2 layers, or I'm laying down that last layer, instead of putting it all over at one time, each time. Excuse my sister and my brother walking back and forth in the background. My sister, she does lash extensions and my beauty bar. I'll put her link in the description so that you guys can check out her YouTube. She has one as well. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're laying that lace on top of that glue on all of the drier parts. On camera, it looks like there are still some areas that are white, but it's really not. It's kind of where the lace, and I mean, not the lace, the stocking cap and her hair meets. So you'll see me blow drying it just to give it that extra melt and extra security, and make sure everything is dry underneath. I use my dryer on high heat when I'm doing this step. I just feel like it gives you that extra melt. Then you want to tie the edges down with an elastic band. I got this one from my local beauty supply store. Nothing special, child. Just $2. I think it was like $1.29. I run through them like I don't know what. Okay, so we're just gonna go through and sew the back down. You want to make sure that this is very secure. This sets the foundation of your whole install. She must have been in between clients, because baby, she was back and forth through that salon more than me. You usually can't get her to get up out of her chair, all those clients she has. Okay, so you see me cut off the stocking cap in the back. I always cut mine off because I feel like, and when I leave it on, I poke my client a little bit too much. And that ain't cute. Ain't nothing cute about that. They start looking at you crazy after the first 2 pokes, so I cut mine off. Okay, so between the baby hair and the actual hair on the frontal, like the rest of the hair on the frontal, I like to have a defined line in between the two. Just because I feel like it gives it a more unified look. And I'm gonna put a little bit more makeup here that matches her skin tone. And spray it with Sebastian Shaper Plus, because it just melts that color on in to that scalp. To the lace, to give you the scalp effect. I'm telling you, with this method, no less than 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks before you have to come back for a touch-up. Okay, so now you'll see me going through with my blow dryer on the frontal. And I use my blow dryer because I like to have control of where the hair goes. If you can get your blow dryer to do 90% of the work, when you have to bring your hot comb into play, you won't have to, hot comb it so many times and trap all of that heat under the lace where it gets onto your client, and that's just very uncomfortable for them. So if you can use that blow dryer to lay the hair down, I promise you it will have it just about perfect. The hot comb should be finishing touches on laying the hair down. So the way that I blow dry, I try to grab the hair between my comb and my thumb, and I kind of stretch it and pull it, and at the root is where I put the heat from the blow dryer so that it lays the hair down, and you get that extra flatness of your frontal. As you can see, it got it super flat. And then I just sprayed the Shaper Plus on top and combed it into the hair, and then put some of my Cara wax stick in the mix, comb it into place on where I want it to go, and then I'm going to use my hot comb to melt it into place, melt that wax, and put that hair where you want it to go. Make it look like a fresh relaxer, honey. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some black hairspray, lay my comb, my rat tail comb on the part, and just spray over the top of it to close up that part. Now, if you want a more natural looking part, you can leave it the way it was, but I like for my installs to look very sleek and very put together. So I like to close up that part and have it more uniformed. And plus we had a little bleach runnage on that frontal as well. We used this months and months and months ago. So now I'm just going through the hair and I'm giving it some light layers, some curl defining layers, nothing too drastic. Not really taking up too much hair. But you want to make sure that you go through section by section on the top of the hair. To give it that bounce that we're gonna look for with our curls. So I'm just putting some Bio Silk over the top and using what's left over to run it through the hair, just so it can have that extra shine to it. The hair doesn't need any help, but why not? I do it on all my installs. Oh, she thinks she cute. And this is one of the ambassadors for my brand. She couldn't wait to get that extended, honey. We've been on back order for a while. Okay, so with my curling technique, I don't really go track by track. I really just part it in half, clip the top half up, spray it with the Shaper Plus, and then get to curling. I kind of like eyeball the amount of hair that I pick up in between. I'm using a T3 iron from Ulta. It's kind of old. I think it's the 1-inch iron, maybe. That's what it looked like. So we just gonna curl, curl, curl. We were just talking. Shop talk, you know? Okay, so it's time to remove the elastic band. It has melted the baby hair down. So what I like to do is go through and pick up the baby hair a little bit so that when I'm trying to comb it into place with the foam wrap or the gel or the hairspray, whatever I decide to use that day, I kind of fluctuate between the three. I don't have any problems with moving the hair because with the glue and the hairspray and the makeup, it tends to get stuck to the lace sometimes or stuck to her skin, and that can make it a little bit difficult. And then before long, you're combing a little bit too rough and you are moving the lace instead of the hair. So it's about to be baby hair overload. So if you don't like baby hair, sorry for you. We love it around here. Well, I love it on my clients. I have small forehead space, I feel like. So now I'm gonna wrap it down with some rapid strips, and then I'm gonna put her to work. She's gonna have to blow dry while I go sweep up. Don't let your clients get too lazy, friends. They get too comfortable. Okay, so we're just gonna cut those strips off, and then we're gonna comb up the baby hair just a little bit to make it have more of a softer feel. Usually when I want the baby hair to stay in place, like if I know my client and I know they won't be able to maintain the baby hair, I do it with the gel so it doesn't move. But with the foam wrap, we want it to move. And there we go, comb out those curls. And here is the finished result. I turned off the light so you couldn't see the flashback anymore. So you can see between the flashback and the natural lighting, we're still slaying, okay? We ain't got time. We ain't got time for Ashley Lace, boo.